Hello and welcome. I'm bringing you in on another shave, although this one for me is a special one. The star of the show is this new to me Iwasaki razor. This one is made in Tamahagane steel. As you know, I'm mispronouncing that, but it doesn't matter. I'm American. I can get away with it. This one belonged to Tim Zawada, and he sold it to me, although I still think of it as Tim's razor. Aside from being in Tamahagane steel, this one has what's known as a hamon line in the blade, and that hamon line is, you can sort of see it in this light. That's that wavy line that you see about 1/3 of the way towards the edge from the spine. Tim tells me that this line was created naturally in the hardening and tempering process that Iwasaki used, and that was news to me. I've seen this kind, so hamon is created through differential hardening, and in a razor, the hardening is differential by just because of the shape. The hardening is done by heating beyond a critical temperature, quenching, and then controlling the temperature after the quench to balance the hardness of the steel with the toughness of the steel. And that's almost everything I know, even though I've read a book on this. Anyway, the shape of a razor, and this is, the grind here is kind of half hollow, as many Japanese razors are. The shape of the razor, you know, the thinness here will cause it to take on and give off heat more quickly than the thickness at the spine. That according to Tim is the natural, is the way in which this hamon line is created naturally. I always thought that the hamon line was created through applying a clay to artificially control the way that heat is managed, and he tells me that in fact that's true for most of the time. That's true, and in particular it's true to control the shape of this line to make it more artistic. But this one occurs naturally, and I think that's very cool. Tamahagane steel is the steel that's famed as the source for samurai swords. In Japan, they don't really have ore deposits. They find iron in their sand, and so often this is referred to as iron sand steel. And Tim makes his own. He calls it Tamahagane, and hopefully someday I will have an example of a razor that's in an example of his steel. Anyway, this is an Iwasaki. It's the second one that I've had. Tim made mammoth ivory scales for this one, and they are beautiful. Absolutely, the feel, I mean, he just did a excellent job of shaping and finishing these. When the feel of the scales between the fingers is really nice. The weight and stiffness somehow, I mean, you know, I've got my fingers on the blade, but somehow it really accentuates the balance of the razor. So anyway, very, very special razor to me, and I've already used this. I mean, it's December 5th. I think I've used this razor 3 times starting December 1st. So yeah, I like it a lot. I have another Iwasaki razor that's also in Tamahagane steel, and it's a wonderful razor. I cannot find any evidence of a hamon in that razor, and it has plastic scales, and It's a wonderful razor, but certainly doesn't have the soul that this one has. Okay, the soap today is, I don't know if I've made a video with this or not. This is Ethos Grooming Essentials Dragonsbeard. Hopefully I'm holding that reasonably straight. There you go. This is Dragonsbeard. Dragonsbeard is very expensive. I think he only comes out with it once a year. It's like twice the price of an expensive soap. I wrote down the notes in this. It's, you know, here's what the soap looks like. And now I've had this for quite a while. I'm actually getting to the bottom of the tub of this, but I'll read you off the notes, and you'll, as I go through them, you'll probably understand why I like it so much. The notes are, gotta get the right glasses. The notes are, the part of the reason that Ethos charges so much for this soap is that he claims that it's made with all natural scent oils. So I'm going to read off to you what are the scent oils in this soap. Agarwood oil, oud resin, East Indian sandalwood, amber, tonka bean, vanilla bean, and rose. You know, I love all of that stuff, so it's I'm an easy mark for this company and for this soap. Okay, I think I may as well show you the brush. The brush today is a Wald. There's the stamp, Wald. This is the Goldvein design, black, sort of a sparkly black with a tan squiggly that goes through it. And this is his A1 synthetic knot. These are expensive, but by far for me, the best synthetic knots that I've used. Okay, finally, let's get going here. As always, one day of rest since I last shaved. This is a slightly small tub, so you'll hear the clanking of the brush maybe as I load from the tub, which is my normal method. I load heavily. I'm not too worried about going through soaps too fast, as I have lots and lots of soaps. And yes, the scent of this one is, if you like all those notes, the scent comes through. The scent performs the way you would think it would. It's just a wonderful mix. The mix is not woody the way Eric's Wild Oud is woody. It's I don't have anything to compare it to. It's scent wise, it's warm. You know, not crisp, just incredibly wonderful. I would suggest everybody go out and buy it, but wait till you see the price. Why does somebody like me buy it? Well, I'm a sucker. That's why I buy it. You know, I don't know whether these are all natural oils. I don't even know whether I would care. But, you know, again, sucker. And I love the scent. Will I buy another tub at the exorbitant price? Yeah, probably. I'm not a smart man. The actual soap base, he makes two. He makes a firmer base, appropriately named the F base, and then he makes more of a cream that I've never tried. I have another one of his soaps. He makes a soap called Success that is leaning towards Cream Aventus. I wouldn't say it's a dupe, but it leans towards that. And it's another wonderfully scented soap, great base, same base as this. I like that one as well. I'd say it's the other soap that I have that really goes well with Creed Aventus is Saponificio Veracino Opuntia. All right, nice thin, ultra slick, very wet lather here. I do consider this to be a top tier, and I have a lot of, I try to curate my soap so that everything is as good as in what I would consider to be top tier. But I should mention, I'm interrupting myself because of the razor. This is not my edge. This is, and I haven't even looked at this under the microscope, but I can tell you this is a wonderfully created Janette edge. I can tell from the feel, and it's, the kind of perfect level of sharpness. Just really good edge. It'll be a long time before you see me put my edge on this razor. And that's a little unusual. I tend to like, when I get a new razor, I tend to discard the shave ready edge, but not this one. This is one of the best I've ever received. And yeah, as somebody who's honed for a long period of time, yeah, I'm picky. Going a little bit slowly, mainly because I'm enjoying the feel of the edge. So to finish the thought about soap bases, if a soap base isn't what I would consider to be top tier, I might keep it if I really, really like the scent and the scent is unique. But otherwise, I generally move those along. So most of the soaps in my collection I would consider to be top tier. The base that Ethos Grooming Essentials uses is pretty exotic. He's got stuff like ostrich oil in there. I mean, what is that? Maybe I could get, maybe it's some oil that's rendered from a rendering of the fat. I don't know. Does it matter? Probably not. But again, you know, sucker. Yeah, amazing first pass. Although I took my time to really get good coverage. So I could probably stop here, but I won't. This is one where I would consider a third pass. I do 3-pass shaves, but rarely, mainly because they're so close that I love the feel of them, but 24 hours later, you know, I just have so little stubble compared to what I would like to have. And we're talking, you know, small differences here. This is, I done well. I get a BBS shave, and then from a 2-pass shave using all the little tricks that I've figured out. And then with a 3-pass shave, it's a DS BBS shave. Which feels incredible, but is only slightly more close than a full-on BBS shave. If these were readily available, and yeah, it is expensive, but if these razors were readily available, I'd say go get one. This is friggin' amazing. Why would the steel matter? Well, to some degree it's the lore of it. You know, I came into knowledge of Tamahagane through knife sharpening. I think I mentioned in another video, I've only really sharpened one knife made of Tamahagane steel. But I learned about it in sharpening Japanese knives. So a part of this is the lore of the steel, but another part is that the Japanese carbon steels are typically hardened. They're very hard typically. My understanding is that the area towards the edge here is hardened by Iwasaki to about 65 Rockwell, which is really hard, and harder than your typical Tamahagane knife or sword would be. But that isn't unusual for Japanese carbon steels to be hard like that. And they're very fine grained, and they just take an amazing edge. And so it's the amazing edge that I'm really reacting to here. Coupled with my nerdy appreciation for the history of the steel. Now, as I mentioned, Tim actually makes his own. And I have read books on this subject, and he's also interested academically in it. He works with Dr. Verhoeven, who's a mechanical engineering professor, and they co-author papers on steel. He sent me some of them, fascinating to me. But you know, I don't do this stuff, so I'm a dilettante. Wow. Wow. There's just no stubble, nothing. Diddly. Nada. Wow. That is one really close shave. See this line here? I did a really quick shave with a Dovo Bismarck yesterday, and I did not feel that at all. But that comes from landing a little too hardly, with a little bit too much pressure. Landing with a little bit too much pressure. I've done this before, especially right here for some reason, and I literally didn't feel it, didn't notice it until just now. Well, I guess I noticed it when I first went with this razor. Okay, I'm going to dry the razor, put it aside, clean up a little bit, and I'll come back for the rest of the shave. Okay, everything is cleaned up, and I still have to strop and oil and put away the razor, but I'll do that. Next up is the Dragonsbeard Aftershave. Again, same story behind this as the soap. It's expensive, but I like it a lot. And you get this feature that it changes color. I'm sure I paid more for that. It is not a alcohol-based aftershave. I'm just, putting it in my hands here. Definitely my kind of scent. Getting kind of nuts here. Okay, for the talc, I'll be using Yardley Gold. Shake a little bit into my soft badger hair travel brush. Balm it all over the place. There is a slight scent to the Yardley Talcs. This one happens to go incredibly well with Dragonsbeard. Okay, enough of that. You have been very patient. I hope this was interesting to you. I enjoyed it. I have a honing video coming up, and after that, I don't know. So thanks again for watching. Feel free to comment or question, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.